Hello everybody, Lominoth here, and welcome to a very special series here. Today I'm doing my first ever in a series of beginner Spriter tutorial videos. Now, what those who don't know what spriting is spriting is the creation of 16 to 18-bit characters from like old video games and stuff. So some example here is, let me pull up some example work here. I'm going to pull up a sprite sheet. So for instance, here's my overworld sprites for my character, for my animations that I use. This is Lominoth here. Now what you need to know about spriting is essentially creating characters, creating worlds and stuff through pixel art. It's usually involves very minute details. As you can see, things are very small. You have to be able to work at a micro level in order to get stuff going. Now, I'm not going to claim I am the best at this. In fact, I can guarantee you I'm not the best at doing this. But I do know at least the basics of what I can do, and I can at least teach the basics. Now, first video here is going to be how to the resources that you need and how to sprite. Oh man, I'm gonna say new, don't save. Okay, so let's see here. First thing you're going to need is, obviously, you're going to need some sort of painting tool. There are many good ones out there, like a Sprite, or here, usually I just prefer using Paint. Paint has very good luxury of being quick, efficient, and you're able to get your stuff done, and is easy to use by everybody. Now if I zoom out here, I'm going to move my display. Another thing you have is what we call GIMP. GIMP here, what GIMP's entire purpose does is GIMP is designed to be kind of, we're going to be using GIMP here as kind of our, using it to get rid of transparent background, or make backgrounds transparent, because almost all sprites have transparent backgrounds. And the reason for those transparent backgrounds is so that way they can be used for editing. We'll go into that a little bit more later. Another source which doesn't appear to want to pop up for me that we use is what we like to call Spriters Resource. And what Spriters Resource is it's a tool, is a YouTube, or it's a website that you can use to download different sprite sheets. And what I mean by sprite sheets is it's got lists of different characters, different things that it likes to do. Like if I say I wanted something from, let's say, the video game Discadia, what I could do is I could download a sprite sheet from Discadia, and then I'll have those characters with me, and then I can later toy around with that art style. Now, we're going to start off very basic here, and first thing we're going to do is, if I could get her to load properly, one sec, screen capture, nope, don't want to work for me, okay. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the very basics. So what we're going to do is we're going to download a sprite from the Spriters Resource. And let's just go with a Pokemon sprite to start out with. I actually first learned through Pokemon, and we'll continue. Okay, I'll give you all a minute to go do that. And so, okay, here we go. So as you can see, what I have here is I've got a basic sprite sheet. Now there are four different levels of spriting, and basic beginner level is what we call a copy level. Second level is intermediate stage, and we got advanced, and then we got master spriters. Master spriters are able to create sprites from out of thin air. They just look at something and say, hey, I want to make a sprite of this, and then they'll like put a picture on the side of what they want to sprite, and then they'll go down and sprite it however they need. Background scenery they can do color work, tile, and everything else. We personally are going to start off at the basic level here, though. With all these shapes, zooming in, If I wanted to, I could do something like, let's say, a pyramid. Don't worry about that. Okay, pooper, duper, and spooper. So let's say I wanted to craft a desert scene. I could use this tool for myself a basic pyramid. And another tool is our useful fill tool here. I'm pretty sure everybody can understand what fill tool does. Anyway, essentially what this is doing is this will be creating it's used to create sharp edges when we need them. One of the most useful tools we have at our disposal as spriters, and one we need to know how to use, is what we call a color scale. So let me just go here, start off with this color, and boop. Okay, so step 2, after you have completed downloading a Sprite GIMP or using Paint, or step 3 after downloading, 2 after downloading GIMP and pulling the sprite that you want off your source, off of Spriters Resource, your sprite references, is what we like to call in the art biz as a color scale. Now what I have here is 2 examples of the color scale. I've got a bar scale and what I like to call a splash scale. Now, the good thing about both the bar and the splash scale is they have two different functions. The bar scale is really good because you get, as you see, I put a larger range of color on this bar scale right here, starting from the super light pink all the way up to a dark red that's almost indistinguishable from black. And that makes it so you have a larger range of colors to work with and a lot more that you can actually do with those colors. And you could simply make a bar scale by taking colors, like let's say we make a gray scale. We'd start at our lightest color and work our way down. It's not like an instant grayscale, but we do boop, boop. And then we go to the next color, a little further down, what we think would work fine. And I have no idea where those went, but then we go boop, and so on and so forth through all the colors. It takes a little while, but that's good with that thing. Now, the thing with the splash scale here is it's the same color in multiple areas here, so it's easier to grab, and it's usually used for 3 or 4 primary colors. Most spriting work only uses about 3 colors in any specific area. So where you can use a bar scale to test which color you think is going to be best for something, the splash scale is used at the end for full coloring. Join us next, and I'm going to show basic shape structure. We'll be right back. Okay, so now that we got our grayscale down, or our color scale here, now comes the fun part, formulating what we want to create. Now normally, when we formulate what we want to create, it means we have to have an idea in our head. And basic spriting, normally people will take something from like, they'll take like a picture of a dog, and then they'll copy the dog over into sprite work, or they'll take previous sprites and copy and paste different parts on things and mishmash. As an example, I'm going to draw a block here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a diamond. I know what a diamond looks like, but how do I give it the colors that it needs for a diamond? Well, let's start by giving her a line down here. And then we're going to copy that line right over here. Come on. Oh, wrong color. Make a lot of mistakes in this, by the way. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are just happy accidents that help us learn. And I'm going to grab another color here. And this shows how values of different, like how different shades can actually affect your artwork here. Let's lighten that up so we don't like fuse together with the bottom. Oh, there we go. One more color will go here. So what we're going to do now is take our 4 colors and booper, duper, spooper, and let's grab a lighter one right here. Now let me fix the fix a really bad line work here. So we're gonna take that, undo. You make a lot of mistakes if you don't go step by step. Like a lot of mistakes. Probably gotta do that again. Ah, I hate that. I should stop. This is the smallest areas that hurt the most. So there we go. We've effectively created a diamond. As you notice here, just by using those 4 colors for this pixel art, and very basic image as it is, we have ourselves a little ruby here, ruby red diamond. And it looks fairly decent. I mean, if we back up, you can still see it even from 50% or from 100% away, and you can make out the definition stuff. That is just a basic piece of work. So this is just a basic step 1 tutorial on like the tools that you need. In the next episode, we will actually start crafting things out of the basic knowledge of shape, line, and structure. Different tools like using line here for structure, using a circle to get started with body structure, using fill, using basic pencil, using transparency and selection. We will start working with all that in the next video. As basic stuff, I just want to say I'm Lominoth, and thank you all very, very much for watching this, and see you all in the next video. Goodbye.